Organization because of China. Now the details. The River State government has denied reports that the body of the late chairman of Asari local government area, Odiari Princeville, has been exhumed from a Port Harcourt cemetery. The State Commissioner for Information and Communication, Paulina Inserim, in a statement said the report is baseless and untrue. Inserim stated that the grave where the deceased was interred is still intact as no one has tampered with it. The River State government therefore want families, friends, and relations who may want to desecrate the grave of the deceased that the full weight of the law will be visited on them. The commissioner added that security agencies have therefore been placed on red alert to ensure that only authorized persons come near the cemetery, with emphasis that any unauthorized person found around the cemetery will be arrested and prosecuted. In the same vein, the River State Police Command has debunked reports that the grave of the late executive chairman of Asari Local Government Council, Odiari Princeville, was exhumed by gunmen. The police public relations officer, DSP Namdi Omoni, who led newsmen to the Port Harcourt cemetery, said the grave site is intact. Omoni said the story that the cemetery was invaded and somebody's body exhumed should be discountenanced and disregarded, adding that it was intended to cause panic and raise unnecessary tension.
We are here based on the directive of the Commissioner of Police, CP Joseph G. Muka, who asked me to personally come here and address the press on this development, because from the look of things, for all intents and purposes, this fake news is only intended to achieve selfish aim, to blackmail the command, and to paint us in bad light, and by extension to cause unnecessary panic alarm in the state. So that's why you have seen it yourselves. The grave is there, untampered. Nobody came here.
Speaking for the Secretary of Port Harcourt Cemetery, Tamuno Tonya John also said there was no report of an attack on the Port Harcourt Cemetery.
You know, we work here from morning till 6 p.m. When we leave the premises from that 6 p.m., we have our security men on ground, though not armed. If anything as such comes, I'm sure, even if gunmen came, they may definitely subdue whoever that is on ground. At least we should have a message as such thing as occurred. Because of the news making the rounds, we came out as early as we couldn't have the next day to see that the place is calm. We saw the grave is intact. So the only thing I have to say here is maybe there are plans of such, but it has not been carried out yet. So we'll ask the security men to help to beef up security. Because if gunmen come to this place, we don't have arms.
Reports emerged late Friday that the remains of the late executive chairman of Asari Local Government Area of River State, Odiari Princeville, who died of coronavirus, was exhumed. The paramount ruler of Irebe community in Obiakpo Local Government Area of River State, Eze Jeremiah Warren War, has denied forcefully taking over plots of land from the Rumowose family. Eze Warren War made the denial in reaction to allegations from the Rumowose family in Rumowo Kerebe community, Rumokrushi, also in Obiakpo. Eze Warren War said Irebe has documents from the state government to prove ownership of the land, adding that the land remains the property of Irebe until the court proves otherwise.
I'm calling on the general public to discountenance information by some group of persons claiming to own land in Irebe. Rumo wants to be precise. Those people are our younger brothers, and you say you don't take a man's wife forcefully because the state of life is very small. How can you own land in Irebe? If you say you own land, there are legal ways to seek redress in the court of competent jurisdiction. You can approach the court if you're expressing bias. Nobody cannot be talking from radio that he owns land. There are documents to that effect. We have documents gazetted by the River State government which we use to fight our case in court.
Eze Warren will further advise the Rumowose family to wait for the judgments of the court, just as he called the attention of the River State government to the controversy.
Call on general public to disabuse the information going around that we are land grabbers. The community happens to be the first one of us. We are calling on the River State government to be aware that these individuals are threatening us, are threatening our unity, and we don't want to take laws into our hand. We were in court with them. They should endure. But if they win us in court, they take the land. If they don't win us in court, I think the land remains our own. We're in possession. So we're calling the government to be aware that these people are harassing us because we are not large in number.
Chairman and Secretary of Remosi Family, Chief Bennett O'Hare and Chief Christian Wosu, had accused Eze Jeremiah Warren War of invading their land with security operatives in a forceful takeover of their land. Some staff of Port Harcourt Electricity Distribution Company have protested over alleged plans by the management of the PHEDC to sack over 120 staff members, an action which is planned to take place in 1st of June 2020. The PHEDC staff members, who are mainly members of the Senior Staff Association of Electricity and Allied Company, protested to the Office of Human Rights Advocate in Port Harcourt. The staff alleged that the Managing Director of Electricity Company, Henry Ajabawa, has already commenced the action with the sack of the branch president of the group. The sacked branch president of the Senior Staff Association of Electricity and Allied Company, Paulinus Akman, and the acting general secretary of the group in South Innocence, Lord Douglas, expressed concern over the attitude of the MD since his arrest by the River State government.
News got to us that there are plans by the MD of PHDC to sack about 120 staff. We wrote him a letter and asked him to stop every further plan as regards the sack. The information is becoming more reliable as we got that the letters have already been prepared, signed, and are waiting in the table of the MD. The letters, if our information is something to go by, will be dispatched to this vulnerable staff on Monday, which is the 1st of June. And this is the most difficult period for staffers who have never seen this type of administration. After we sent management a letter, the management started testing our water, starting the water by giving a sack letter to our president, South for doing nothing. So no staff is going to sign any letter.
This matter started when he was arrested, sent him to Elekaya Isolation Center. As the branch president, I sympathize. But what I got from him was not too okay. By saying, yes, he have done it to me, and he's going to melt down the anger on the staff by making sure that he's going to sack staff who are working under this condition of pandemic without anything.
A human rights advocate, Osihaya King, who spoke on the matter, said the alleged uncovered plots to sack, if executed by the management of PHADC, will be against the Nigerian labor law, and called on the management of the company to have a rethink.
From information we have gathered, they have concluded plans to actually sack over 100 staff. About 2 weeks ago, they are going to make sure this will not happen.